we come to the provisions for import of drugs. Import of drugs is under the purview of the Central Drug Control Authority. To start with, there is an elaborate licensing requirement for import of drugs. However, certain classes of drugs are prohibited from, and cosmetics, of course, are completely prohibited from being imported into India. So, no person shall import any drug which is not of standard quality. No person can import any drug for the import of which a license is required without license or not in accordance with the license. No person can import a patent or proprietary medicine unless the true formula and list of active ingredients along with their quantities is clearly mentioned on the label. No person can import into India any drug by means of any statement, design, device accompanying it, or by any other means makes or purports any claims to cure or mitigate a disease or ailment or to have any other such effect. No person is allowed to import a drug or cosmetic product containing any ingredient which may render it unsafe or harmful for use under the directions indicated. These are the classes of drugs and cosmetics which are prohibited from being imported into the country. In addition, the government has the power, reserves with it the power to prohibit the import of any particular drug or cosmetic in public interest. If the government is satisfied or convinced that the import of any drug is likely to involve risk to human beings or animals, or the drug does not have the required therapeutic value, the government may ban the import. For example, several habit-forming drugs such as methaqualone, the import of these kind of drugs have been completely stopped or prohibited. No drug which is the manufacture or sale or distribution of which is prohibited in its country of origin is allowed to be imported into India, where even if the drug is allowed to be marketed in India, if it's prohibited in its country of origin, it cannot be imported into India. Lately, there have been in the early 2000s there has been tremendous changes in the licensing system and in the rules for import. Earlier, imports could be made simply on the basis of an undertaking by the manufacturer that Schedule M is being complied with and all requirements of the Drugs and Cosmetics Act are being complied with. Today, however, there is an elaborate licensing system in place. Apart from this licensing system, there is also a requirement for registration of the premises from which the drug product is being imported into India.